What if I told you that structuring information could completely change how your website performs? HTML lists aren't just bullet points or numbers. They are a secret tool to improve your readability, accessibility, and user experience. In this video, I'll show you practical tips for unordered, ordered, and definition lists that will make your web content shine. So stick around, you might be surprised at what you're missing. Welcome back everyone. Before we dive into coding, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so. We post new videos regularly and you don't want to miss any of them. And if you haven't watched the first 2 chapters, go check them out. They will give you a solid foundation for today's lesson. So open up your code editor and let's dive in. Segment 2. What are lists and why they matter? Lists in HTML help you group related items together. For example, imagine you are writing a grocery list, a set of instructions, or a navigation menu. You'll need a clear structure that the browser and the user can both understand. Lists make your content more readable, more organized, and easier to navigate, especially when they are styled later with CSS. There are 3 types of list: unordered list, which are for items with no particular order, ordered list for items that follow a sequence, and the definition list for key value pairs like terms and meanings. Segment 3. Unordered list. Unordered lists are used when the order of items doesn't matter. The tag for this is UL, short for unordered list. Each item inside the list is wrapped with the li tag, which is short for list item. Let's create one. Save and open it in your browser. You'll see bullet points next to each of the item. That's the default browser style for unordered list. You can also nest list, meaning put one list inside another. For example, this is called nesting list. This creates a sublist under the fruits. Nesting lists help you create menus, multi-level outlines, and group categories. Segment 4. Ordered list. Now let's talk about ordered list. These are perfect when the sequence matters, like steps in a recipe or a top 10 list. Ordered list use OL instead of UL. Try this one. Save it and open it in your browser. You'll see that the browser automatically adds numbers such as 1, 2, 3, and so on. Just like UL, you can also nest OL inside another list to create substeps. For example, that creates a structured outline. And you can even change the numbering style. The OL tag supports an attribute called type. Try this. Here are the options you can use for your type. 1 for numbers, which is a default. A for uppercase letters. Small a for lowercase letters. I for uppercase Roman numerals. And small I for lowercase Roman numerals. You can also set the starting number using start. That's super handy when you are continuing a list from a previous section. Segment 5. Definition list. Now let's look at the third type of list, which is a definition list. These are different from the previous 2 because they don't use bullet points or numbers. Instead, they use the key value pairs like terms and their meanings, or items and their descriptions. Definition list use 3 tags: DL for definition list, DT for definition term, and DD for definition description. Let's see an example of how it works. In the browser, you'll see each term followed by its description nicely indented. This format is perfect for glossaries, FAQs, or product feature list. If you are enjoying this lesson so far, subscribe and hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss any of the upcoming chapters. And remember, if you haven't watched the first 2 chapters, make sure to check them out after this video. It will make everything easier to follow. Segment 6. Combining lists for real-world use. Now that you have learned the 3 types of list, let's use them together. For example, you can create a navigation menu using an unordered list. Lists like this are what we are going to style later using CSS to create horizontal or drop-down menus. You can also combine ordered and unordered list. For example, a to-do plan might look like this. That's a great example of how nesting list helps create structure within structure. Segment 7. Accessibility and best practices. A quick note on best practices. Always make sure that each list item is properly wrapped in an ally tag. Lists are not just used for spacing or layout. Use them only for actual list of related items. Keep your nesting simple. Too many nested lists can be confusing to read. And for accessibility, screen readers will automatically announce list structures, so people using assistive technologies will understand when they enter or leave a list. This makes your website more inclusive and professional. Segment 8. Mini Practice Challenge. Alright, your turn. Create a new file called list.html. In it, include the following. First, an unordered list of your favorite movies. Second, an ordered list of your top 5 goals for this year. Third, a definition list explaining at least 3 web terms, for example, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which we are going to learn later. Bonus challenge, create a nested list that groups movies by genre. Try something like this. Once you are done, open it in your browser and admire your list making style. Segment 9. Wrap up and what's next. Awesome work, guys. You now know how to use all 3 lists in HTML: unordered, ordered, and definition list. Lists might seem simple, but they are the key part of building structured, accessible, and visually appealing web pages. And if you have enjoyed this lesson, make sure to hit subscribe to follow along with the next chapters. In the next chapter, we'll step into something more interactive like links and images, where we'll learn how to connect pages, add images, and make your site come alive. So take a quick stretch and I'll see you in the next chapter where we'll discuss links and images in HTML. Thank you.